In this video, we will look at some additional applications of markup and markdown. The first thing we'll look at is how do we convert a percentage markup, if it's based on cost, to that based on the selling price, and then vice versa. So we'll transform one from the other. Now, the key thing to note is that if we are given a percentage markup based on cost, in terms of selling price, it will be a smaller entity. So we have to deflate that, because as the percentage over cost, the denominator is smaller than if we look at it on the basis of selling price. So the basic idea to get into selling price percentage markup is that we look at kind of 1 in terms of decimals, and then we add our percentage markup based on cost. And the denominator is percentage markup based on cost. So this will help us in some ways deflate the percentage markup to get it into the form of percentage markup based on selling price. So for example, if you're told that a purse was 60% marked up based on cost. So to get to our percentage markup based on the selling price, we look at the percentage markup based on cost, and then we divide this by 1 plus the percentage markup based on cost. So essentially it is 0.6 because we have 60% markup, and then divide by 1 plus 0.6. So what we have is 0.6 divided by 1.6. And then this we see is equal to 0.375 or 37.5%. So this is our markup based on the selling price. And then we saw that this markup, 37.5, is smaller than 60. Well, can we convert from the markup based on percentage over selling price to that based on cost? Yes, we will kind of reverse the operation and get that. So if we want to convert from the percentage markup based on selling price to get to the markup based on cost, we would now take our numerator again, the information that's given to us, percentage markup based on selling price, but now we have to blow it up. So we will shrink the denominator. Denominator is 100 or 1, now minus the percentage markup based on selling price. So in our example, suppose we were told that the percentage markup based on selling price is 37.5 or 0.375. Can we get our percentage markup based on cost? Well, yes. What we do is we take our percentage markup based on the selling price and then divide it by 1. Now notice the minus sign, percentage markup based on the selling price. So we have 0.375 divided by 1 minus 0.375. Which is 0.375 divided by 0.625, which is 0.6 or 60%. So we can see that it is very easy to navigate from percentage markup based on cost to the percentage markup based on selling price, and then vice versa, from percentage markup based on selling price to percentage markup based on cost. Know that in case you were confused, one thing to keep in mind is that if we move from percentage markup based on cost to selling price, it should be a lower number because the denominator is greater. On the other hand, if we are moving from a percentage markup based on selling price to that of cost, it has to be a bigger number because now the denominator is smaller. So 60% of percentage markup based on cost is the same as 37.5% markup based on the selling price. Next, let's examine an important concept of markdown or discounts. Now, as consumers, we all like markdowns. Markdowns are when there was an original price or original selling price, and then the retailer has subtracted that and dropped it to a sale price. Now notice we have selling price and sale price. It can get confusing. So we can even call this as SP0 or original. And then this is the sale price. So notice when I say sale price, I have this idea of markdown. When I say the original selling price, this is the price at which we had priced the product. So given the markdown, we can do the opposite. If we are given the markdown and the sale price, then the original selling price, or the OSP, is basically our sale price plus our markdown, where I'm denoting markdown with MD. And then to find the sale price, we can subtract the markdown from the original price. So again, markdown is basically how much we are offering as a discount. So to get the percentage markdown, and now notice that this markdown is always with reference to the original selling price. So that will be the denominator. And we will not worry about anything else. When we're looking at markdown, the denominator is always the original selling price. So our percentage markdown is our markdown by the dollar amount divided by the original selling price. And then this is in decimals, timesing by 100 will give us the percentage. So once we are given this, we can now calculate various things. So let's just start with an example of how do we use this. So suppose we have a file cabinet which was selling for $98, and now there's been a clearance and it's 60% off. So what is the new price? Again, our sale price is our original price minus the percentage markdown times our original sale price. So I can kind of combine this as saying it's my original sale price times 1 minus my percentage markdown. So this is the formula that we will use to get our sale price. So my original selling price was $98, and I'm going to discount it by 60%. So I'm basically charging 40% of my original sale price. So we do 98 times 0.4, which equals 39.2. So $39.20. So this is our sale price. We subtracted the percentage markup to get the sale price. Now let's look at the next question. In this question, we have a toy company just selling rocking horses, and they are on a 30% markdown sale, and the sale price now is $72. So this is the case where we have our markdown as 30%, and then our sale price is $72.09. Now we have to find our original selling price. And again, we can apply our markdown formula. We had established that our sale price is our original selling price, 1 minus our percentage markdown. Rearranging this, we get the original sale price. Selling price is our sale price divided by 1 minus the percentage that we have marked down. So in this case, our original selling price is our sale price, which is $70.09 divided by 1 minus 0.3, or 72.09 divided by 0.7. And when we do the math, we find that this is equivalent to $102 and roughly 99 cents. So this is our original selling price. Again, the idea is that we are staying with this one formula. The sale price is the original selling price times 1 minus a discount or a markdown, and then we can rearrange these to get this selling price. Now, this can also help us look at what happens when there's a successive markdown or discount. But for this lecture, we will just focus on kind of the markdown, and then the idea of converting from percentage markup in terms of sales price to the percentage markup based on cost. So hopefully this clarifies, and then we'll work with more examples to solidify these concepts.